Are you looking for that great heights guide where you can maybe steal a position? Guess what? I'm going to show you the biggest great heights event currently going down in the game, as well as tips and tricks on how you in your own server could potentially snatch a win and in a more approachable event. So great heights, what is it? Stay tuned for all the informational guide you're going to need for this event. And here we are, we're at the Great Heights, and as you can see, it's the climb to the top. This is basically a Zenith Style event, and the reason why people are quite obviously stirred up about doing this is the rewards, because the reward system is where you can get that legendary skin which gives you the magic attack, and we can showcase this off for everyone because it does look pretty. I'm just going to say right now, it is pretty nice with a little animation there, but it's the first of its kind of this Zenith Style event, right? And this way this whole event works is pretty simple, guys. You want to gain power, and it gains power like straight. As much power as you can gain, this is what you're going to be wanting to do in this event. The cool thing is though, even if you're not going to participate, as you can see, if you can go up to 1,000,000 points, if you can go up to 1,000,000 power within the days, you're going to be able to get 6 generational 2 tokens, which is really nice because it means you can obviously use these on any of the generational 2 heroes, as well as obviously if you wanted to, and I'm not saying you do have to, but some people save them, and guess what, they might use them on an old generational 1 hero like Madeline or maybe Kanara that they were working on instead of a generational 2 commander, because maybe they don't want to, you know, maybe they just don't want a generational 2 commander. So it's all down to preference. It's just to showcase that. So when you're looking at this event, you can see this is the event rules. Nice and easy event rules. Take part in a point. Every point is increasing your power, excluding hero power, which is good. So for every 1 point of power you gain, you will gain 1 point. So it's literally equivalent exchange here. So what you can do is quite a few things, and I'm going to showcase some tips and tricks first here, and then we're going to showcase some of the little rankings, what's going on in our Great Height ranking right now. So one thing a lot of players don't really realize is the mana. The mana buildings here honestly generate you a little bit of, like, you know, nice little bit of bits, but when you look at the power, the actual power jump is quite a lot. So you can get these quite easily if you've got the speed ups for it, right? So these allow you, you know, with all the resources, bang it in 2 days, and you can hit a nice quick chunk of all of your power. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. A lot of players do recommend doing some of your resource buildings because they are the cheapest and they just get you really cheap, eco-friendly, you know, points towards your account, because obviously increasing your resource production means you're going to be able to get more resource over time, which obviously helps you. And like I say, it's going to give you power for this event. So that's just like the first one. It's not the biggest one, but one of the ones you can go into again is eco tree on your tech. This tree honestly is surprisingly good for power. You're going to get over 88,000 points there in power, and that's just by obviously upgrading these different types of techs. And this is the cheapest one. Look, 58,000 power there for basically a third of the power of those mana buildings. So that's why I kind of showed you those first. Those are like your last resorts that you can do. But this tree honestly is really good. If you've not finished your eco-tech tree, this is the time where you should honestly be smashing out all of these techs. What I did, as you can see, which is a little bit of a giveaway in this event, to gain quite a big boost, is your military tech. Your military tech will grant you, honestly, some of the largest gains you can do outside some of the other areas that obviously I'm going to showcase. What you can do, obviously, is push through some of your bigger techs, which you can see I've finally done. I've finally finished out my assault strategies and the first aid. So this, as you can imagine, I went up a ton of power for completing my first aid because I already had this assault strategy done, unfortunately, but this was still cooking, luckily enough. But if I had both of them, that'd have been over 1.5 million power I could have easily popped in this event if I knew, obviously, back when I triggered my assault strategy, just a little, like, obviously, hit on the head. Learn MrSneakyy, you know. But we still have another one, you know. If I really wanted to, I could smash this out. I could try and reduce this even further and use speed ups. And you can see, look, it's another over 500,000 amount of power. So it's a lot of power to get. So your military tech here is honestly one of the best ways you're going to go about actually gaining a bunch of power if you have the time. And if you're wondering what you should be prioritizing, if it were me, personally, I'd do two things first. I'd do my first priority would be picking my unit. So if you were going to play mages, I would prioritize getting your little tech here at 9 out of 10, like my sharp points. And what I need to do as well is get the 9 out of 10 on your maximum protection. So you do the same for the magic units. If you were playing to unlock your T5 magic, you would always prioritize these first, getting them a 9 out of 10, and then what I would do is try and get some of these techs done as soon as, because you can see these are 36 days for over 288k of power. This is again only 18 days for over 160k power. Basically, it's so good at the amount of power you're going to be able to get, and you got to imagine this is making you even stronger and more effective in PvP. The next way I'm going to showcase it is pretty simple, and this one is troop training. And you can honestly do some really cool things with troop training. I'm just going to say it right now. For whales as well as free-to-play players, if you really, and this sounds crazy, but if you really and truly want to win this event, one of the biggest tips I'm going to share, which a lot of players may not agree with, but honestly, when you see it, it's going to make you laugh, is before this event. And you know this event comes around, and for us, it's coming season 2. I don't know if this is going to come in season 2 all the time for the first time for everyone, or if this is going to be a season 1 skin as well. We will soon find out. Someone maybe in the comments will notify us in the future. But for anyone in season 2, you've got to think, right, I've got a full season 1 to complete, and then in season 2, I've got Great Heights, which is a very interesting thing, because what you could do is when you're in the back end, maybe the last 2 to 3 weeks of your season, what you could actually be doing is, for example, train your tier 4 troops like you would be doing on your main troops, but for mages, for example, you could actually train tier 3 troops. And the reason why you're going to train tier 3 troops is for 2 reasons. Because it's super cheap. Obviously, it's super cheap to stack tier 3. And then, obviously, you already cut down the hours by 17 hours and 17 minutes. Meaning, every single day, you can easily get 2 of these off, going into 3 almost, rolling every single day, right? Which is really effective, because then, when you look at the long leaf, what will happen is when you actually upgrade this, so you can see we've got 60 here. If I actually put 60 tier 4 troops, you can see it's over an hour. But if I went to upgrade these guys, these are 44 minutes, and if I go to upgrade them, it's 15 minutes. So you can see you actually cut down the time differential, which is obviously a known factor, but this is going to be key for you growing power. Because what you can be doing, as you can imagine, over this whole end of the season area, train as much T3 as you can, train, and then once you hit the Great Heights event, guess what? You're going to instantly go to your tier 3, you're going to hit the upgrade, you're going to hit your plus icons. If you've got any reserves, guess what? You're going to train all those tier 3s into tier 4, or if you're a whale, guess what? It's even better, because you can get to train them from tier 3 all the way to tier 5, and it means you cut down over 17 hours worth of speed ups for you by prepping for this event. So it's a really good tactic there to get you a bunch of power from upgrading your tier 3 units into tier 4 or tier 5 if you have those unlocks, depending on the play you are going for. So honestly, there's a really underrated trick there that you can be doing, but I would always advise you to do it. The final way, which I would say you can upgrade your major power, is doing the actual major buildings that affect your city. So any of these actual training buildings, as you can imagine, if you go to upgrade this building right now, it's going to give you over 228k power, but it's going to cost you over 2,000 gems to do this, right? So just remember that. But you can also do it to like your herbalist huts. Your herbalist huts are scarily good for power. You're going to get 150k here and nearly over 300,000 in the next jump from 24 to 25. So these are the main buildings you want to be prioritizing, is all your healing huts, all of your training huts, as well as potentially even your rally harp, as well as your watchtower if you've got all the archer arrows and those trees saved up to actually punch through. Because even though these are small power gains at the early stage, it does grow up, as you can see, to 100 to 200k, which is nice little gains that you will need if you are pushing for tier 5 units, if you're more of a free-to-play, low-spender player that's been playing the game for a little bit longer, like myself. So that's all the tips and tricks to smash this event. I hope you've loved the middle section of it. I thought I'd change things up in the video. And what we're going to do now, the crazy bit is, yes, we're going to go over and check out the main actual leaderboard, because you can see here the amount of power people have been able to gain. You can see it from all the different servers that everyone is in. So you can see at the moment in our actual questing, we do have divisions 1001 and divisions 1002 involved. So by doing this, you can see in even top 10, we've got a BDO member, Siren in server 31. You can see 5.5 million power gained, as well as Will Zilla in server 31. So you can see some of these guys, even in BDM, server 32, 5.1 million have been gained, right? So you can see server 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, and then 31, 31. So you can see there's a nice, actual crazy spread of power being gained. But you can see for the crazy guys who want the top rewards, you know, you can see the amount of power you're going to gain. But just remember, this is a cracked out server. So if you're in a more manageable server, like say you're in server 135, server maybe 170, server 200 plus, all these newer servers that are coming out, guess what? You will have some whales in your, obviously, event, but I'm just going to say, and I might make the new account, and maybe this is what my new account might do, but I might try and see if we can actually try and win this event from a new account in the game and see what it takes to actually get into the top 10 for the first time, and seeing what we are able to actually accomplish for our account. So that is just a little heads up, right? So if you are in a weaker kingdom, you can potentially get this. I'm just going to say it outright. You are going to be most likely aiming for a rank 10, 9, 8, or possibly 7 slot. Anything higher is going to be really hard to push for. I'm just going to say that right now. And you can see this because if even at the top 10, there's 5.5 million power gained here, right? As well as 6.4, 6.8, 9.4, 9.8, and in the top 3 now, you got 10, 24, 27.1 million. And I'm just going to say, these are not some of the biggest players in the game. Again, we've not seen even, for example, Chisgo's not powering up in this event. I don't know if he will, maybe towards the end. You can see even some of the other guys in our server, myself, that hasn't even powered up right now. So there's a lot of people maybe waiting to see what goes on. But what we're going to do is go to the number 100. We're going to work our way up just to show this is day 2 of the Great Heights event, and then I might do a update on the last little area, what it ends on, who wins the event, and give you guys a little update. If you want that, obviously smash a comment below. But this is the top 100 day 2 currently of Great Heights. So if you see your name, congratulations, you're in the top 100. You will get the skin either through a timed unlock or the permanent if you're in a top 10 position. So let's go through. We've got a nice mixture already. 31, 222, 319, 53. and then 4. And then we're going to the next 10. We've got 2, 26, 43, 31, 8, 26, 26, 32, and 2. Again, a nice little spread there. We can see all the TM members in this big spread of players. DNS, though, being showcased as well. You've got in the next segment of the top 10, I think I've just messed it up. Let's go again. So we've got, boom, this next top 10. Go to the 80 to 71 mark. We've got 2, and we've got 32, 32 again, 26, 4, server 43, 2, 31, 6, and server 26 here, all representing. Going down to now number rank 70 to 61. You've got again server 7, 26, 3, 7, 32, 32, 7, 2, 4, and 4 all together. 31, 32, and 23 starts off the section from 60 to 51 with 2, 32, 31, 43, 31, 3, and 31 again. All now starting to make an appearance all in this server. Now we're going into the top 50, and this is where we're going to start seeing the power gain is a little bit more punched up. You can see the jump is starting to go to 100k to 200k in the top 50, but you're at 2 million power gained so far here. And as again, I've only done a couple of researches, and I've already about to hit 1 million, and we're in the under top 500. So a lot of players will hit the 1 million mark and leave it. That's what I'm going to do on my main account for now. But for the next top 50, we've got server 31, 31, 43, 8, 2, 32, 26, 32, 31, and 4. That makes up the top 50 to 41 slots. And now the top 40, we've got the 32, 9, 32, 26, server 32, 26, 32, 32, and 2 and 2. To make this out, and we're going into the top 30 now, where we're going to start saying some names. So these are the guys currently that have pushed a bunch of power when we hit the top areas. We've got server 32, server 32, server 8, we've got server 31, server 3, and then server 31 with Malagos, which we're going to say is in the top 25 players now of growing power, which is 3.5 million. We've got S10 Victor from server 10 doing 3.7 million. We've got Vok Gem in server 2 doing 3.8. We've got Ganuk in the Dragon family from server 32, 4,009,796. It's so close between rank 22 and 21. A fellow Dragon family member, DNS, at server 27 though, 4 million power with 15,986. We now get the first ever YouTuber Meower on the podium, rank 20, holding 4.1 million power gained. We've got Spartan on server 31, 4.1 million power gained as well. GNR TA, I wish I knew your name. I do apologize for any of the Asian audience, but from server 2, you've gained 4.2 million power currently. And then we're at QA Yoi TA from server 6, Bane Hall, 4.2, nearly 4.3 million power gained on this. And then to top things off, to hit the top 15, we have Gato at rank 16, server 22, 4.4, nearly 4.5, and TM's Fierce Z with server 2, 4.9 million. So now we're going to go from the top 10 here. We can go and we can see the next 5 positions, and it's coming in very close. And we've already obviously seen this, but I just want to hype up a little bit for everyone that has been watching the video all the way to the end. But we've got now P-Hub's WW's Volsong server 22, 4.973 million, just overtaking Fierce there on rank 14. BDM's server 32's Alpha Omega 1307, 5.1 million power gained, rank 13 currently. We've got rank 12 Howl as well. I do apologize for the name, but server 4, 5.1 million power. And then to final things off, TA on rank 11, Carlistar server 2, 5.2 million. So now we're going to go for the rank 10 to the rank 5 spots here and showcase the power gain. And you can see it's a massive jump when we start getting into these numbers. So we've got number 10, the one and only BDO Server 31 Siren, 5.5 million power gain so far in day 2 or 3 of the Great Heights so far. We've got rank 9 belonging to Whalezilla of Server 31, another, I believe, BDM or BDO member, probably in another alliance right now, training his troops, which is really cool to see. 5.6 though million power gained. Rank 8 is RKO's one and only Enric 47 Server 3 with 6.4 million power gained. We have now rank 7 TM02's Little Fat with Server 2 6.87 million power. And now this is where it gets crazy, guys, because the jump to rank 6 GNR EXs, again Server 2, do apologize, I don't know the name, 9.42 million power gained already, and that is already a 2.4 million difference between rank 6 and rank 7. Then Immortal NTM rank 5 is holding 9.8 million to secure rank 5. So now is the top positions. Rank 4, we have TM Mengs with Server 3 and 10 million power at rank 4. Rank 3 is Lewis, Server 4, 10.8 million power gain. Absolute monster there from Howells Lewis. Big power gain in this event. Rank 2, GNR's Pepe Dehepe, Server 2, 24.9 million power. And again, a lot of players, I just want to give you guys a heads up, in GNR could be a TA or TM member. They are currently in here for training troops. Similar why Whalezilla might be in SEAL for the same. Just a little clarification for that. But we've got 24.9 million power, which is over a massive 14.1 million power difference between rank 2 to rank 3. And then number 1 currently is Server 4's Howl Asura with 27.1 million power, which is absolutely extraordinary. I'd love to see the absolute competition between all of the divisions fighting for the rewards. And let's see, hopefully, this develops into something really cool, right? I want to see where everyone ends up this top 10. But right now, as you can see, as today is the 2nd of the month, guess what? We'll see in another day's time what happens and who is going to be victorious and take the skin of the Great Heights event. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was a nice guide as well as a bit of a story as documentary style at the end to hype things up for you guys for the next video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Smash a like, comment and subscribe for more if you did. I'm MrSneakyy, an official Call of Dragons content creator, and with all that we do all Call of Dragons content here. PvP, PvE, guides, you name it, anything to do with Call of Dragons, you want it, we've got it. And we always take requests from the community, so put your comments below what you want in the next video and we will try and get that on the suggestion board and made for you guys. So with all that said, thank you for all the support, thank you for watching all the way to the end, and with everything said, stay safe, stay sneaky, and peace out everyone.